A fashion designer's impact goes beyond the runway. They change the way we look at ourselves and those around us. Video Fashion Designers chronicles their past successes and follows their evolution into the 21st century.
Every time I put on one of his dresses, I feel like I want to go to a party and have a glass of champagne and be in Paris.
Imbued with a mix of Parisian romance and Italian glamour, designer Giambattista Valli's work is a first-class favorite among both the stylish Hollywood jet set and the sophisticated it girls on the international social scene.
What do you think about Mr. Valli and his work?
Fantastic.
It's a very glamorous collection always. And he makes clothes, he cuts them for women with curves, which is me, and it's what I love, to not feel like I won't fit into something when I go into the dressing room.
There's just something so unbelievably unique about the stuff that he makes. It's so wearable and it's so appropriate, but at the same time it's like different than anything I've ever seen.
This is the girl that inspires me. So, I live with them, they come to me, I go out with them, and it's exactly what the other men uses.
The Italian-born Valli first began his career in Rome, landing a job with Roberto Capucci, followed by stints at Fendi and Krizia. In 1997, he moved to Paris to start work at Emmanuel Ungaro, where Valli was eventually handpicked by Ungaro to take over the reins of the house when he retired in 2000.
I had certain people here. They did not have the obsession like I have. Finally, we find Giambattista 4 years ago.
It's never like him being the master and me like learning. It's always like being together, working together, being like have like a friend relation between us, giving an exchange. Him giving to me like classical music, me giving to him like contemporary artists. It's always like an exchange. And we never talk really about fashion.
Though he was credited with bringing a fresh view to Ungaro, as well as attracting a new generation of hip, young devotees, in 2004, his contract with the house was not renewed. Without skipping a beat, the following season, Giambattista debuted his own label on the Parisian runway.
I finished my circle at Ungaro, so I wanted to have a new experience, and I wanted to express myself, to express my silhouette, my woman. I wanted just to go on inside myself.
I'm so happy he's doing his own line. It makes so much more sense. I just think he makes women look beautiful and elegant. It doesn't make a statement that's not flattering on a woman, and I think that's why women worldwide have all liked his clothes.
Sales nearly tripled in the first 3 years, and growing demand for made-to-order pieces led to Valli launching his first haute couture collection in 2011. Valli was also tapped by the outerwear brand Moncler in 2008 to inject his feminine aesthetic to the Gamme Rouge women's line.
Moncler, it's one item. It's like the iPod for Apple. It's one item. It's like the quilted jacket. So it's not a collection. It's one item that you have to interpret it in several different ways. So for me, it was to put an idea of collection in each item.
Giambattista has a real appreciation of the dressmaker's art in a very kind of unabashed, almost old-fashioned way, and there are clearly lots of women who respond.
Almost feels like it's clothes from another time, but it feels very modern at the same time. I think it's that perfect hybrid of really what's chic and sophisticated, but doesn't feel old and staid at the same time.
Our philosophy is to do something that is timeless, but it's something that you want to keep on your wardrobe for years and years and years. When we are talking about style, style has no price. So if you have style, you can put it on everything.
Spring 2005 turned out to be Giambattista Valli's final season at Emmanuel Ungaro. While not entirely unexpected, what nobody could have anticipated was how quickly the young Italian would turn around and launch his own line.
I mean, I think that I finished my circle at Ungaro, so I wanted to have a new experience, and I wanted really to do, after all the experience that I had in my first fashion life, I wanted to express myself, to express my silhouette, my woman. I wanted just to go on inside myself. This collection, for example, I started to work around the silhouette. I think it was very important to find like the attitude and the silhouette of this woman. It's for this that I use a lot of black, because normally when I design and when I sketch black and white. And so I say it's very nice because you can really cut the silhouette with the black.
Valli also cut his silhouette this season to take advantage of burlesque dancer and model devotees.
So there is a lot of femininity, but it's more sensual. It's a kind of sensual femininity. You know, it's like much more like inside. It's not so expressed. Of course, it's femininity, but it's sensual. It's innocence. It's a kind of beauty femininity. You saw even on the makeup there was this just clear makeup just to give this kind of innocence, this kind of fresh look that it's like a work in progress woman. So she just born and now I'm going to work around this. So the silhouette is black, but it's going to be probably colored and probably she's going to have like different makeup. And in this I put it like this opposite, these androgynous pieces. Like almost uniform pieces that she stole from men's wardrobe, and some very feminine pieces. And there is just one jewel that it's like the right hand diamond's ring, all in diamonds. That it's for me this kind of independency of this woman. Perfect. You can walk profile. Let's try even with the sunglasses. So I see you to walk without, and then I see you to walk with the sunglasses. Has to be slightly longer, eh? No glasses.
Preparing to present the fourth collection under his own name, designer Giambattista Valli spent the day before his show doing final fixes with his hard-working team to create a fairy tale collection.
Hilda. It's like, you know, like in Cinderella, you know, all the mouses that they make like one dress in one night. Hilda, she made all the collection in one night. It's amazing. And Noel, that he spent like 2 days to stitch all the flowers, I can say. The flowers magicians, Noel.
Beautiful collection.
Thank you very much. I was you know Peggy Guggenheim? Peggy Guggenheim from the Guggenheim family. Yeah. And it's all inspired around Peggy Guggenheim.
All right.
Peggy Guggenheim, why? Because I wanted to have a collection very tied up with art. She emphasized style more than her beauty. And it's for this that I choose this kind of artsy mood even in the print. And I chose the artist that it was closer to her, that it's like Calder, Alexander Calder. This print you're going to see on the dresses, you're going to see even on the accessories. And the idea is to use them in a technique that it looks almost like hand painting on the canvas of a painting. So this is part of the first section. The second section, it's this section with this kind of hand painting in a kind of active and spontaneous way. And this is like the idea of these pots in a kind of Pollock way, this kind of action painting. And then the third section is about vibrations of colors, a bit like in a Klein way. I'm reinterpreting all the historical fabrics of the couture, like the gazar that everybody was abandoned. So I'm getting back, and I'm getting back with like contemporary finish. So I like to do all this kind of research on the materials, on the shape, on the idea of this woman, on the silhouette, and then of course translate in a very contemporary way. Our philosophy is to do something that is timeless, but it's something that you want to keep on your wardrobe for years and years and years. We are talking about style. Style has no price. If you have style, you can put it on everything. It's so beautiful, this white color on you. It's perfect. On the color of your skin, divine. Beautiful. Perfetto. Perfect. No, it's perfect.
Giambattista Valli has established a pattern of looking to strong, artistic women as a starting point for his collections.
This time I started from Verushka because I think that she was a very individual kind of beauty, individual kind of style. I met her a long time ago in New York. She is feminine and she can be girlish and she can be wild, she can be, you know, that kind of chameleontic side of Verushka that I really like. So this is more or less the collection. Then I show it to you how it came out. For example, I show it to you here, there are like this kind of shadow of flowers like pumping out. I love that kind of psychedelic moment. That kind of arty kind of moment. I'm always very tied up with art. Dan Flavin mostly for the color, and James Starr is more for the kind of cuts and shapes, for the kind of architectural way he uses the light.
I have had the incredible honor of being in his studio the last couple days for a few hours each day, so it's been so incredible to be behind the scenes and seeing the whole process. And there's just something so unbelievably unique about the stuff that he makes. It's so wearable and it's so appropriate, but at the same time it's like different than anything I've ever seen.
I love this idea of this kind of, in a way, like kind of psychedelic, almost ethnic, but you know, turn it in kind of contemporary modern, like almost like an installation of Dan Flavin kind of fluor light, and then there is like all this kind of James Starr cuts, like shadow on it. When I went in Petra, I saw all these like kind of beautiful natural sets with this like huge landscape, with this like kind of sense of light. And so I thought that it was beautiful to see Verushka, to see her almost like a desert flowers in this kind of landscape. This is the kind of idea of lightness, but at the same way to keep that kind of Giambattista Valli kind of shape, construction. I wanted to use embroidery, but I wanted to use embroidery almost if they are carved on the fabrics. So all the embroideries, if you see, all the stones are covered by muslin, almost like the same materials, like almost that we carved the fabric, and the other one is almost like that the flower popped out.
I mean, really, it's blown my mind. I never thought I would have such an emotional connection to watching a process like that.
You know, I'm a little bit sick about this kind of almost ghost that we see in the latest times on the runway, you know, all these kind of clone kind of girls. I would love something like that you can almost feel different personality of women walking on the runway, different feelings, different beauties. Oh my God, here there is one beautiful beauty. Brooke. Brooke.
Okay, mate.
I'm so exciting.
This season I'm like rediscovering women's, real women. So I'm rediscovering her skin, her smells, her flavor, her movement, her hair, her makeup, her intimacy. I'm going through her wardrobe, walking through her wardrobe in the moment that probably she's taking her private moment, that is taking a shower, taking a bath. I'm going through her wardrobe and I'm opening all the drawers and I'm pulling out all the her lingerie or her intimate side of her wardrobe. So I'm going really around her.
I'm a friend, I'm a fan. I started off as a fan, became a friend, never forgot being a fan. I know that if I put something on, I'm going to look good. It's going to sort of highlight my best parts and minimize the other parts. But there's an attention to detail, I think, that he has always maintained. So you'll get a beautiful dress or an outfit, and then there'll be something else. There'll be just a flower or a grosgrain ribbon or a detail that sort of just allows you to know that it's not done yet.
I mix it all together because I love the idea that all the, I don't see fur, I don't see fabrics, I don't see knitwear, I just see I just see silhouettes, so I just see ideas, so I put together the things and, you feel almost that you're wearing like a little dress instead of a fur. She's in love and she's loved by. So there is like this feeling of this man. So you can see like pieces of the man's wardrobe going over this woman. So you can see almost sometimes she's wearing like an evening dress and she has the tuxedo jacket of her love. That's the silhouette. So it's just the silhouette. It's the shoulder with the other, the opposite silhouette, the manly one, tailoring one with the totally couture on the other side.
Giambattista has a real appreciation of the dressmaker's art in a very kind of unabashed, almost old-fashioned way, and there are clearly lots of women who respond.
I did like the collection in two sections. There is the first section that I had this approach that is like more as an industrial designer approach. That is somebody like designing like an object, designing a car or a table or a chair or something like an object. And so it's almost like the canvas, and there is really the structure. So you see all these boxy shapes, you see all these cuts, you see all the shapes.
I really think he's found his mojo. I mean, he's one of those designers that took a bit of time, in a sense, to get going under his own steam. And I really think he's found his heart and sort of soul, actually, his fashion soul. I mean, he just does what he does brilliantly. It was gorgeous. Water snake, fur, what else do you need?
Little by little, on this shape there is like memories coming out. So there are memories of beauty memories of happy times, beauty moments like holiday moments, a multicultural one, like almost like nomadic. It's almost somebody that jumped from a Greek island to, I don't know, Ibiza, and then he passed by like a little patch in India, and then she can go like in the British country, like with the romantic flowers, and and there is this kind of almost nomadic like idea. It's a very summery collection, so it's all about like being close to the water, all the embroidery, all the shining materials. They wanted to give this effect of the body like still like wet, and to have like the sun like glittering, like the water glittering on the sun.
I think his woman is someone who has $3,000 or $4,000 to spend on special, beautiful coats and beautiful dresses for a nightlife. I think she has a nightlife which is incredibly important to her. I mean, I think she goes to benefits. I think she goes to benefits abroad. I think she travels. She's a well-off, young, probably urban, fashion-conscious socialite, and he makes them look gorgeous.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Anything in particular that stood out?
Everything.
Because I think the most important thing is like you have to bring an idea, But if you do a fashion show, the idea, good or bad it is, has to be perfect.
I'm smiling. That's a good sign. I'm smiling. Nice development from Giambattista. He was very clear that he was going to inject this with sportswear, but he did couture sportswear. A diamante turtleneck, but with a silk anorak over it. Love that. We love these punches of red, this kind of vermilion red, keeps the eye awake. And for us, we'll buy into that. We'll buy a piece. So if you're merchandising a floor, you'll all of a sudden have that shock of a little bit of red, or we're going to recommend that people maybe buy a vivid red shoe.
It's always so chic, and I kind of like the fact that he's taken all those outerwear elements and mixed them in, you know, basic tough outdoor girl clothes mixed with his very glamorous kind of 60s couture pieces. You know, he uses it in a very glamorous way. It's all about that attitude, really, you know, and he knows his customer.
I like the fur pieces. They had some fun little ways of interpreting that.
And we have to talk about fur couture. Another good message of the season. Giambattista has been working in fur for a long time, so you can see this is not a new material for him. He knows how to work with it. I think where it's feeling really new is when the fur is actually worked into the clothing. It's a part of the shoulder. This time he put it as a kind of a high waist. A lot of women may kind of be not so sure about that. Most women want to keep their waist as thin as possible, but the fashion girl will feel good about that. It kind of bisected the body in a very beautiful way. I think that one of the mantras of the season is pet me, or touch me, or hug me. There's been so much texture. It's been a very tactile season. And look here, I mean here. You know, it's been a very fuzzy, furry, nubby, cuddly kind of season.
It was fun. The attitude is always great, and he certainly has the best front row in Paris.